Okay, so I will be asking Cindy and Andrew about keeping young families together in Alberta. Cindy, could you briefly explain the case we're focusing on?
Yes, today we're going to be talking about a young Indigenous 60-year-old female who is a mother. She currently lives in Medicine Hat, and she isn't able to stay at the local shelter due to the fact that she has a young child, an infant. So due to the policy in the shelter, they're not able to stay together, and her child has been relinquished into foster care.
Andrew, what is a policy connected to this case?
Yeah, the Child, Youth and Family Enhancement Act. It's in Alberta's child welfare legislation and says that children should not be taken because of poverty or the lack of housing.
So how is this policy falling short in this situation?
I think even though the law says poverty and homelessness aren't grounds for removal, that's exactly what has happened here. The policy wasn't followed, and there was no safe housing or options for this young mother and infant.
Wow. So what bigger social issues do we think are behind this?
Well, there's no emergency housing for parenting youth, as well as, poverty gets treated like neglect, as well as, Indigenous families face major systemic, discrimination in the child welfare system, which, creates a lot of barriers, creates a lot of, stigma, and creates a lot of, part on our community that we really need to face.
How do these issues impact Indigenous young parents specifically?
That's a good question. These issues do overlap, definitely being a young Indigenous female, and it makes them look more poor likely, and more likely the child's gonna be taken away into foster care, just with her situation, even though that she may be a very capable parent.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What changes would help prevent situations like this?
Honestly, Alberta needs more emergency housing that accepts teen parents and their infants and whatnot. I know there's a lot of cases, not just the one that we're looking at, that goes into a lot of these issues and whatnot. But the shelters, more specifically, should be required to keep families together, not separate them. And that, once again, that is a really big issue in our society.
Yeah. What's your direct ask to policymakers?
I think a good one is to expand safe and accessible housing for parenting youth and to enforce the rule of poverty and homelessness. And it can be used as a reason to remove the child from the parent and just to be able to keep the parent-child together.
Awesome. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Andrew. So in conclusion, no parent should lose their child because they're poor or don't have a safe place to sleep. Alberta should fix the housing gaps and follow its own laws to keep families together. This shouldn't happen again, and I think that we could work to change it.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.